Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Denise Francis Robinson and welcome to Live Creative. We are on video number 3. We're going to be doing our intentional mandalas today. And just as we started to film, the rains came. And we decided to just push through, continue, because guess what? It's blessings. It's all good. I'm being blessed, you're being blessed, and we welcome the rain. So I'm gonna project as much as I can so that you're not disturbed too much. And so let's get started. Now, as we are about to start, I want to remind you of a couple things. The surface that you decide to work with, I have decided on my canvas, but you can continue with paper if you want, or your visual journals. That will be just awesome. And of course, you must remember your 3 favorite color paints, your brushes, assorted sizes, of course, your water container, your palette, and your rag for drying and cleaning your brushes. The other thing that we want to add in today in this video, and this works for being a template for a mandala, are 3 different size dishes. And as I demonstrate, you're going to see how to use that. So if you need to pause the video to go and grab those, a dinner plate, a side plate, and a saucer, that will be great. The other thing that I want to remind everybody about, is the different purposes for mandalas. Mandalas works with rituals, it works for transformation, it works for meditation, insight, fun. And what I would love for us to work with today is a combination of those ideas. So you would maybe today we would be setting an intention, and we would also be working with gaining insight, and of course maybe transformation, to maybe transform some ideas or notions that we may have had before going into making the mandala, and then seeing what we come out at the other end with. Okay, but a lot of other stuff, nice juicy meaty yummy stuff is gonna happen. So let me not put too much store on that for you. And as we go through the steps, what occurs for you is perfect for you. So working on my canvas, my first step, I'm going to place my hands on my canvas, and I'm just going to close my eyes for just maybe 3 seconds, and I'm going to set an intention on my canvas. All right, so I close my eyes, I take a deep breath in and out, and I can tell you that my intention in this moment was for more love, more peace, more joy. Wherever that may come, wherever or whomever that may come from, or whoever that is for, I'm just intending with this mandala more love, more peace, more joy. You set your intention now. So here is my palette. I have put some acrylic paints because I'm using a canvas. So I'm gonna use my acrylic yellow, purple, and blue to begin with, because remember I said could be your favorite colors, it could be the primary colors. So in order to make sure that my intention is placed and set or embedded in the canvas, I'm now going to draw around my hands, and just put the memory of that in the canvas. So I'm going to start off with my favorite. I love purple. As you can see, I have on a purple shirt today, and I'm just going to do a quick outline of my hand, my left hand. And then of course here's the tricky part. I'm now going to draw with my non-dominant hand, which is my left hand. And you know what? Doesn't matter if it's not perfect, because guess what? We are playing, and when we're playing, come on, we just let everything go, right? All right. So my hands are actually the foundation of my mandala. And you'll say, but Denise, that's not a circle. Right. I know. It's just going to be the echo or the memory of my intention. More peace, more love, more joy, wherever that needs to be. In addition to my hands, I'm actually going to write that into the canvas. More love and more peace more joy. And so I'm making sure that I am intentional about this mandala. Remember, mandalas can be used to help us to focus and manifest the things that we think that we want in life or in a moment. Yes? So I'm starting in the middle with the saucer, and I'm taking out my black paint, and I'm going to go around. And that's the first layer. It's in the center. And then I'm gonna kind of have to judge it. I'm hoping that it's exactly the circle I should have done. You know what I'm gonna do? Hold on. I'm going to use the big circle, the final size, first. Let's see how, we have to kind of eyeball it as well to make sure it's center. All right, and then I'm gonna go around that as well. And notice it doesn't have to be like solid, you know, like the paint has to sit on the surface. Now see, it's a little bit off. That's okay, because as I start to build my mandala, that will change. Yeah? So I'm using that size, and I'm going to use this tiny size for the middle. All right? And I didn't show you this before, but I did have this little tiny circular form, and I can use it to do the center of the mandala. All right, so far we have 3 layers. It's a little bit wonky, but we don't mind, because that just kind of just adds to it being, you know, a personal mandala that's unique to you. All right, I'm back to my favorite colors, guys. You know, pink is one of my favorite colors, and that really makes me feel, you know, have lots of fun and feel alive. And I'm going to use my breath. Breathe in, high, and breathe out. And in and out. You know, as I'm painting, I'm feeling like very aware of my breath. Breathe. And you're gonna try the same thing as you paint these lines across to fill your page with your favorite colors. Think about breathing. Connect to your breath. And you notice when I go like this, it's when I'm in, and then exhaling, down, off. So I use the inhale and the exhale to create a pattern, or just to cover the space with my favorite color. Pink! What's your favorite color? All right, so I have finished putting all my favorite colors, overlaying on my circle, overlaying on my intentional phrase or affirmation. Now I'm gonna just follow some of the warm-ups that I did earlier on and start making my mandala. So I'm just gonna be, as I showed you before, just use simple shapes, simple lines to come up with new shapes, new designs. And repetition is one of the things that you have to remember, that you keep doing the same things again and again and again. And so I've just done these lines, and now I'm going to just add a little bit to them by just maybe making a little. So once you finish making these diagonal lines, then you can make the pattern more intense by crisscrossing more diagonals in the same space. So you're actually doubling up on what you did before. So you want, just with making lines and the colors behind, you're now making an interesting pattern, completely unique to you. And remember, you kind of feel into this, you kind of make it be intuitive. So each time you make a line, you just kind of look and see how you feel about that line. And so what I have here now is a group of diagonals making a nice complex design. It was very simple at first, but then when I kept making the diagonals over and over, then it became this complex pattern. Get it? As I did in the warm-up, I'm now going to do like these curved lines that they resemble petals in a way of a flower. And remember, I showed you in the very first video how when you look in nature, a lot of the flowers in nature actually are mandalas, in their design. Okay, so I'm gonna do some more geometric shapes again, like little triangles. Like you keep it simple, but because you're repeating it over and over, it starts to look complex and complicated, but it's not really. It's just line, connect to line, making a shape. And so here I go again. In this little V part here, I do a line, and I connect this line to another line, make a shape, and I do it again, connect line to line to make a shape. So you get to decide what all of this looks like. All right, so this is that's my next level. Okay, now I've put some white paint right beside my yellow, and there's a little bit of the green there and a little bit of the purple, and so I'm going to use those three colors to now fill out my mandala shape, and also some white around the edges to create to let the mandala pop a little bit from the background, because remember we have all those beautiful colors and words and handprints embedded under there, so but I still want the mandala to pop. So I'm going to use a little bit of the white, touch just a little bit of the yellow touching into the white. And then I'm not going to make it really heavy. I'm not going to really paint it very heavy. I'm going to do the outside spaces first, those shapes. I'm not making it too heavy because I still want some of the color from underneath to still come through. So I'm doing what's called a transparency. All right? Even though the white is in it, because white does make paint go more opaque, which is more solid. But because I'm not making it too heavy, I think, I feel, I know that some of the colors that were first laid down would still pop and still come through. So you can just watch me do a couple of these, right? Little bit of yellow, more white, not too heavy in the brush, all right? And so once you're doing that, and you know you're practicing that a little bit, if it doesn't work out the first time, the second time, maybe the third time will be the charm. But don't give up. You know, if it becomes something else, then it's something else. Like, really, this is about us having some fun. Yes, and my favorite phrase, we're jumping in mud puddles. All right, so here I go, and I'm at it. Now this will take a little time, so if you want to continue this process, pause the video, maybe write a couple of notes to self in your journals. Don't forget that. That will be great as well. All right, so catch you later. So, as you can see, I've spun my canvas around a bit. I'm just really just filling in spaces here with my favorite color. If you look at it carefully, you'll see that, you know, sometimes the color is spilling over onto the black. The color is not really painted in so accurately. Guess what? No worries. This is the process. Sometimes the process gets a little wonky, and that's okay, because I just get a chance to say, hey, today I get to be imperfect, I get to be wonky, and there's nobody to say you can't. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so all of my spaces are filled in, and now I'm going to use the white as a highlight to maybe make some of the colors more pastel, or maybe just around the edge of some to give them a little bit of highlight. So I started here, and I transformed the transparent pink with a little bit of white to make it more opaque so that it pops. Yes? So I'll continue that process. All right, so we're on the last little few notes. What I've done is just use a small brush with the white, a little bit of pink got in it, but no problem. Just to do a little highlight on the edges. I'm just gonna repeat that for you. Just on the edges, a little bit. And what we said, to use the white to make it pop. The black also will work for that because it gives it contrast. And then in here, we decided to maybe flavor this a little bit, zhuzh this up a little bit. Like, you know, like it's like a little crystal ball or something, or a little jewel. Yeah, so just put a little extra touch of sparkle in here. Yes, but of course you can put sparkle and dots and dashes anywhere. Remember the painted warm-up that we did, that had that in it. All right, so in addition, we just wanted the feeling of a little bit of a shadow, and so instead of all black, I'm gonna still put the black. We put a little bit of blue going around what already is there. There's nothing new, it's all there already, and it's just a hint of blue to kind of, you know, kind of give it like a little shadow feeling. And that shadow design also gives it a little bit of depth, makes it feel like it's really sitting in on the canvas. All right, and I think pretty much adding up the different colors is done. All I need to do now is to recapture some of my black outlines that I did before, and then maybe I might adventure and put a couple of little tiny dots around. I probably won't show you all of that, but you can make your mandalas just personalized based on your intentions. You can make your mandala extra special. Dots and lines and dashes and multiplying your shapes. It's all good because it's all you. And there you have it. I have completed my mandala. Hope you did an awesome job too. And I'm hoping that you enjoyed our little vacay, creative vacay together using mandalas. Mandalas again for whole transformation. Now, I forgot. I didn't show you that I had a cotton swab, and that the cotton swab is a perfect little tool. Abandon that paintbrush. The cotton swab is a perfect little tool for creating nice little dots, and so when you want to embellish your mandala, you can consider changing from the paintbrush to the cotton swab. But anyway, that's it for now, and I am just happy that you were here and you took this journey with me. Again, your creativity is a portal to your superpower. So, I am Denise Francis Robinson. Until I see you again, it is Live Creative.